Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneur Fundamentals. My name is Robert Bitto. Today, we're going to talk about being a doomer as an entrepreneur. I know I'm probably too old to be using a term like doomer, but that is a pretty good term to use for what we're going to talk about today. You know, sometimes when you are running your business, you get depressed, you get down for a number of reasons. A lot of people have a lot of reasons to be down right about now in a quote unquote bad economy. A big customer of yours decides to go with another supplier. Your overall sales are down, whatever it is, because the business is an extension of you. And long-term entrepreneurs will understand what I mean by this. Your business is an extension of you, your personality, and everything. You've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into your company. And when things go sour, then it hits you here. And you'll get all sad and depressed, and you'll spiral down into a pit. And hey, it's happened to me. I've been in business for 23 years. I just got over a little bit of a spell of being a doomer in the past week. And that was only because sales were a little bit off. And then I was thinking about some other things. But it's happened to me several times, more than several times in 23 years in business. And I remember one time I had a teenage employee come up to me and say, "Why are you always such an Eeyore?" And that was before the term doomer came about. So Eeyore was a reference to the sad Winnie the Pooh character who was always moping around or whatever. And I guess I didn't realize that my attitude was so visible and was, the teenage kid was able to pick up on the way I was feeling. It was that obvious. So what do you do when you have a doomer attitude? Because you can't be a doomer and be an entrepreneur. There's no way. You cannot do that. You can have your little spell or whatever. Maybe it'll last a few days, maximum a week. But you cannot be a doomer and be an entrepreneur. I guess the only exception would be is if you were using that as your shtick. You had a doomer channel on YouTube where you sold shirts and a book about being a doomer for 20 years or something like that. But as a normal entrepreneur running whatever business that you have, you cannot be a doomer. And so you have to do anything you can to get yourself out of that. And it can be as simple as going for a walk or going to a therapist. I don't know. You have to do whatever it takes to get out of your slump. And for me, these little doomer episodes last only a few days and then I snap myself out of it. And I usually snap myself out of it by thinking about the good times and realizing that everything in your business, your economy, even your personal life, it's all cyclical. Good things happen, bad things happen. So if you're in a valley, then you have to realize it's just a logical approach. You have to realize that it's only temporary. And let's just say it isn't temporary. Well, you have to tell yourself that it is, because your attitude is going to affect everything you do. So being a doomer for a long period of time is incredibly detrimental to the health of your business and your health. So what I would say is do anything you can to get yourself out of the negative attitude slump. Even lie to yourself if you have to. Do whatever you need to do as long as you get out of that. Then your mind is clear. You can focus on what you need to focus on and then get things going again. Okay? So that is the primary thing you need to do, is just get out of that funk, that slump you're in emotionally, Because even if what's getting yourself down is, let's say, bad sales for 2 weeks, and you can't see any way out of it, and you're just depressed or whatever. So even if the bad sales continue for a couple more weeks, you have to get yourself out of that bad feeling, that doomer attitude, even if you know that the sales are going to be bad, or you suspect they are. Because once you're out of that attitude, then you can focus on things to make things better, and, you know, focus on other aspects of your business and the things that also need to be tended to that affect your bottom line. But you've got to shake it and do whatever you can to shake it. You can't stay in the funk for any longer than a few days, because long term you're not going to make it. You have to have a good attitude for what you're doing. You have to believe in what you're doing, even in the lowest times. And I know that's hard to do. And if you would have told me this just a few days ago, I probably would have said, go away. What do you know? But I did it to myself in the past few days, where I pulled myself out of it. And then I realized, gosh, how many times have I felt like this in the past few years? Quite a few. But it's okay. We're human first. And we do get impacted by anything that happens that adversely affects our babies that we created here, our businesses, which are extensions of ourselves. So I hate to say cheer up, but you have to do everything you can in order to shake the doomer thing, because you're not going to make it if you have a bad attitude. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let's get a conversation going. Tell me what you think. Until next time, remember to always work hard, and may all your entrepreneurial dreams come true.